Okay, Brooklyn. Okay. All right. All right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So last night on the first game of opening night, the Brooklyn Nets played up against the Golden State Warriors, and they won 125-99. Kevin Durant in his first game back after 561 days without playing a real NBA game scored 22 points, and his teammate Kyrie Irving had 26. And joining me is NBA expert and analyst is my main man, Jeff Johnson. So Jeff, let me ask you this. What were some of your takeaways from the game last night? Well, I didn't really learn much. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the Brooklyn Nets versus the Golden State Warriors. You want to talk about a mismatch? I mean, good Lord. Kevin Durant, he looked like himself. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be 100%. I don't think there needs to be any excuse for this man to not get his team to at least the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving with 26, he had 24 in the first half. The dude was just abusing Steph Curry. I mean, that was reverse colorism. I'm like, goodness gracious, Steph, are you going to at least try to guard the man? I mean, goodness gracious, Steph. Draymond didn't play. It would have been nice to see him, but he wouldn't have been trash talking. He wouldn't have been doing his usual trash talking because they were getting blasted. But this Golden State Warriors team, the Nets beat the Golden State Warriors without Clay and without Draymond. I mean, come on now. I mean, they beat the Celtics this preseason, but that's preseason. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets, they'll be good. They'll be good, but you should not take this game with a grain of salt. You should not put that much stock in what you saw last night. All right. So Brooklyn, everybody coming in knew that they had two of the top 10 arguable best players in the NBA in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So let me ask you this: they're pretty much the only team in the Eastern Conference with this power, with this firepower. So how good do you think this Brooklyn Nets team can be? I mean, you got Philly, you got the Bucks, the Celtics are still good. Miami just won the Eastern Conference. So how good do you think the Nets can be, and where do you think they'll end up in this postseason? Well, look, anybody with a brain understands that the Brooklyn Nets are going to be an elite team in the Eastern Conference this year. The question is, how good will they be? And the question is, how far will they go in the postseason? So let me answer that. If the Nets are firing on all cylinders, they'll win the whole thing. Now, there are a couple strategies. There's a blueprint that I want the Eastern Conference contenders, Boston, Philly, Milwaukee. I need you all to listen carefully to what I am about to tell you about this team. All right? The way you neutralize this team, the way you slow this team down is first, you have to slow the pace. You have to play in the post. Your bigs have to dominate. All right, that's on the offensive end. All right, the defensive end, you have to make the Nets offense a Kyrie-centric offense. What do I mean by that? You have to shut everybody else. You're not going to shut down KD, but you have to stop. You cannot let Joe Harris. You can't let Dinwiddie. Can't let Karis LeVert go off. Can't let Jared Allen get 15. You have to make it a Kyrie-centric offense, and KD can get his points by playing off the ball. You have Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart, Ben Simmons, if you're listening. I want you to get in this man Kyrie's head. I want you to say, hey, Kyrie, what's up? What's up? Score 40 on me tonight. He's going to get in that tunnel vision. It's almost like Westbrook syndrome. He's going to get in that tunnel vision where he just sees his defender and nobody else. That's what you want. You want the Nets offense to get to devolve into a Kyrie and Irving centric offense. Remember when in 2018 when the Rockets were playing against the Golden State Warriors, and you know how that series went like 7 games, and how the Rockets were like up 3-2. Want to know why that was? It's because the Golden State Warriors were getting away from what they normally do, because Houston was saying, okay, Kevin Durant, we're not letting anybody else beat us except for you. So you can go ahead and go for 40, but we're not going to let Klay Thompson, we're not going to let Draymond, we're not going to let Andre Iguodala and Livingston and Steph, we're not going to let them go off. We're going to just make you play one-on-one. And that's why the Rockets almost won. It's the same thing. Kobe Bryant in 2004 against the Detroit Pistons. He was playing one-on-one. He wasn't fine. He was not looking at his teammates. Shaquille O'Neal's impact was not as great as it was those previous 3 finals because Kobe Bryant was getting him the ball. He was Kobe Bryant or bust. and it was bust because Kobe Bryant was horrific. All right, it's the same thing that the Nets. You have to defend the Nets by making it a Kyrie-centric offense. All right, and my last question is this. So we know Golden State, their last season was pretty pathetic. They were the worst team in basketball. They started off with something like 1-4. They were getting blown up by 30 points every single night, and then Steph goes down, so they had that excuse, oh, Steph went down. This year, Steph is back, and Draymond, he'll be coming back soon. If this Golden State Warriors team does not make the playoffs, do you think that they deserve a pass because of all the injuries that they had with no Clay, no Draymond? Oh, you like that, wouldn't you? Absolutely not. Do they deserve a pass? Are you kidding me? After I had to listen for the last 5 years, 3 boys, Steph, after I had to listen to that for the last 5 years, absolutely not. You're getting exactly what you deserve. You tried to cheat the last 3 seasons. You didn't even get a three-peat. That's just a disappointment. You didn't even get a three-peat after you cheated the whole. You added Kevin Durant to a 73-9 team, and you couldn't even get a three-peat? No. You're getting exactly what you deserve. Karma has its way of just coming around. When it looks hopeless, it's karma that comes in and saves the day. So nah. Eat this one, Steph. Eat these 2 years. Wait till Clay gets back. Throw in the towel. Live to see another year. You know what I'm saying? And if you all miss the playoffs, we're gonna have to do some reevaluations on Steph Curry's ranking in the NBA in the all-time list because I'm sorry, how can you be a top 15 player and you miss the playoffs 2 straight seasons? That doesn't make any sense. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green can't be the reason why you don't. Draymond's gonna be back. Klay Thompson being out alone can't be the reason. You can't go from being 73-9 to not making the postseason. That don't make no sense. So if Steph Curry misses the playoffs for the 2nd straight season in a row, I'm counting that first one against him. I don't care that he didn't play. You know how Steph Curry miraculously got injured? That's a different conversation, but what I'm saying is if he misses the playoffs for the 2nd straight year in a row, he's not top 5. And I'm going to have to look at some other point guards in this NBA and have to elevate them over Steph Curry because this is just ridiculous. Damian Lillard would get this team to the playoffs. Russell Westbrook would get this team to the playoffs. All right? So you better make the play. I don't care if it's the 8th seed and y'all get swept in the first round. You cannot miss the postseason. You cannot let a team like the Sacramento Kings or the New Orleans Pelicans get in before the Golden State Warriors. You just cannot let that happen. All right, my man. That's my man, Jeff Johnson, NBA expert and analyst. Good seeing you, brother.